Hi everyone, and welcome to this businesstrending.com video module on what is a call to action. So first let's go over a definition. A call to action is essentially what its name entails. It is a request or suggestion for someone to do something. A call to action is used primarily in website copy and press releases, anywhere that you're going to have copy read by your target audience, and it's usually used to indicate to visitors and readers that there are next steps to take and that those indicated steps are the ones that need to be taken. So why are calls to action important? Well, in many aspects of business, a call to action is necessary. In things like PR, marketing, copywriting, and advertising, that call to action can be the small push that helps the customer to make a purchase, to sign up for your newsletter, to download your ebook, whatever it may be. They are used to help finalize the steps that you want the visitors to take, whether it's to buy your product, to donate to your foundation, whatever it is. Sometimes people need to be told where to go next. So where to use calls to action? Well, again, as I mentioned, they can be used in website copy and press releases, anywhere that someone needs assistance to complete a purchase. Remember that everywhere on your website is an opportunity to present a call to action. If you want readers to leave a comment on your blog, to share your post with others on Twitter or any of the social media bookmarking sites like Dig, Stumbled Upon, Technorati, tell them to. People don't really know or remember to share things unless there's an indicator that they can retweet this or that they can share it on Dig. So make these calls to action very clear and upfront. Now, in press releases, remember that they're meant to be informative. They're also meant to generate interest in something that you offer, something that you say on your website, etc. And because of their inherent nature, be sure to use them to share next steps to readers. This is a great way to share your free ebook, your blog, or free consultation to people reading your press release. Calls to action will mostly be successful when they offer something of value. Sometimes they are needed to help buyers complete the purchasing process, like I mentioned before, so be sure to be helpful in either circumstance. Now, successfully using a call to action can require 3 steps. There's obviously more ways that you can successfully use them, but these are 3 that we define here. The first is to make your calls to action very clear. Most times, people online have far too much to read and not enough time to read it, not enough brain power, and not enough attention span to do so. So lay things out clearly, and as you should with all of your copy, avoid jargon when possible. Also make it clear to them that this is the next step they need to take, and explain why. And you can do this in number 2, which is to make things relevant. Tell people why it's relevant. Why do they need to go to this next link? Why do they need to care about the page that you're asking them to go to? Why should they sign up for your newsletter? Share the benefits and make them as clear as the call to action is. Lastly, ensure that you use your calls to action wisely. Like social media, calls to action can be turned into blatant advertisement if used in things like guest posts or other blogs, comments on blogs or in forums or in press releases. Now, a call to action shouldn't really be spam, but should be the 2 things on the screen here. They should be clear and relevant. And if you stick to these simple criteria, your calls to action will, most of the time, not be spam. And they could possibly generate some great leads. Now, what I mean here by avoiding spam and by using calls to action wisely is that oftentimes companies can say, click here to purchase our book, to donate to our fund. You need to maybe perhaps craft that call to action a little better to make it make more sense. To learn more about our programs, click here, and then carry them on to purchase our program or to purchase our book, click here. It's a sales funnel path where you can't really start with the end result or the end goal in mind in the very beginning, but make it something more valuable. So for more information on our programs and to download our free career workbook, click here. That's something that's going to be more useful than, oh, okay, it's another advertisement. I don't really need to sign up for this program right now, but they could possibly use the, career workbook. So start off at the beginning with offering something of value. This is also going to be a great way to build your brand and to build credibility and to also position yourself as an authority in areas like career building, if this is something that you write about. So remember that in the front end, you need to be helpful, you need to be offering value, and you need to be someone who's a trusted resource who's not going to advertise or spam right off in the beginning. So keep that in mind. Now, despite having a popular website, a lot of sites have high bounce rates. Now, a bounce rate is something that you can see in Google Analytics or whatever analytic tool that you use to really look at the traffic, the sources of traffic, how long people stay. And a bounce rate indicates that someone came to your website through a landing page, whatever that landing page was, but that they immediately left after they came to that page. Now, this means that perhaps a call to action was not present, perhaps that call to action wasn't clear enough, or that you didn't offer enough of an incentive to have people stay on your site or click on another page. It could also boil down to just the copywriting itself. So, really take this into account and use these tools to really associate, how am I going to do this better, and how am I going to look at copywriting in a different way in order to more effectively use my calls to action. Now, also keep in mind that before you can even ask people to act, they have to know that the action is required. And this also ties back into the high bounce rates. If people don't know why they've come to your site, say they found you in a search engine result page for a keyword that they were searching for, but they don't know why that keyword brought them to your site, that's going to be your main downfall and probably a main source of bounce rates for you. So be sure that whatever keywords are bringing people to your site, you make it very clear why they've landed there. And, a lot of keywords are going to bring people to your sites that have nothing to do with your website. It just happened to have a string of keywords that lined up with what they were searching for. But make it clear on whatever landing page that they find, this is why you're here, this is your next step, and this is what solution we can offer. So in the very beginning, empathy or showing a sense of understanding of their problem or their needs is going to be a great way to really get them to listen to your copy, or rather read your copy more. And then whatever your solution is, make that clear, make that your call to action, and then also indicate that you have a solution for their needs. So there's a lot that goes into copywriting, a lot that goes into SEO, a lot that goes into calls to action, but this was a great little overview of what a call to action is and how to use it. We can also create more of a following and more of an understanding through calls to action, because it gets someone to go to the next step, to the next level. So this sums up our call to action video. Thank you for watching this businesstraining.com video. I hope you've enjoyed it. So to learn more about the training and certification programs that we offer, please visit our homepage at businesstraining.com.